Hi beautiful souls, welcome back, or if you're new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Cade, and today guys, I am back with another pick a card reading. I'm feeling super cozy guys. I have like this oversized sweater on. It's a little bit cold outside. I'm feeling super cozy, so this is gonna be a super chill and cozy reading, and I'm super excited. So today we're gonna be tuning into what are you unlocking, okay? So it kind of is a very broad title. What are you unlocking in terms of your own inner confidence? What are you unlocking in terms of your spiritual gifts? What are you unlocking in terms of your life? Spirit is almost saying, imagine it as like a gate that is opening up for you. We're going to be seeing all the different gates that are going to be opening up for you. And Spirit is also intuitively telling me that they're going to be giving you the codes to get into those certain gates. So if some of you feel like you've hit a wall or you feel super blocked right now, if you want something to work out for you, but you just can't figure out how to make it work out for you. Some of you are feeling like you know what you want to do, but you can't figure out how to do it. This is that reading for you. So not only are we going to be tuning into what is opening up for you and what is unlocking for you, if you're feeling a little bit blocked or little bit discombobulated and confused, we're also going to be channeling through messages on how you can get that door unlocked, okay? Because Spirit is intuitively telling me that some of you see a door that you want to get into, but you don't know how to unlock it. So that's also going to be the energy that is going to be coming through in today's reading. So what I did is I pre-shuffled 4 different cards for 4 different piles. So that's how we're going to be choosing. Each pile is going to be represented by a different card. Before we get started, guys, I do want to mention that my Instagram and my TikTok and my other social medias are in the description box. If you want to follow me on other platforms, they're going to be linked down below. And is there anything else? I think that's it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with picking your pile. So again, each pile is gonna be represented by a different oracle card, and then I'm gonna leave the rest up to channeling the message from Spirit. Okay, so pile number 1, guys, is this card right here. I'm gonna tell you the number on the card, and then I'm gonna tell you what the card is. And then, of course, I will show you a close-up of all 4 cards, kind of how we normally do it. Okay, so pile number 1 is this card right here, which is Deep Freeze. It has a little lion on it. It looks like there's like some snow going on in this card. It's number 26, so this is pile 1. Pile number 2 is card number 22. Interesting. It's called Intention, and it has a little owl on it. So this is pile number 2. And then the next 2 cards for pile 3 and 4 actually came out in reverse. So pile 3, you got Coming Apart, number 46 in the reverse. So this is pile number 3. And then pile number 4, you got the card Spark, number 34 in the reverse. So this is pile number 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a close-up of all 4 cards. And, take as much time as you need. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. A deep breath out, and just kind of align your energy with the energy of this reading. Call upon your spirit guide team, and just ask them to help you pick the card and the pile that is most going to resonate with you and that is going to serve your highest and holiest good, okay? I set a clear and positive intention that we only bring through messages that are going to help and heal you on your journey today, and we ward off any negative energy that is not welcome in this space, okay? So go ahead and take as much time as you need to choose your pile. Okay, beautiful souls, we're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number 1, the card Deep Freeze. And I will see the rest of you beautiful souls at your pile. Hi, beautiful souls that chose pile number 1, or if you chose this card right here, number 26, Deep Freeze, welcome in. So we are kind of just going to be tuning into what is opening up for you, what gateways are opening up for you, what doors are opening up for you, what opportunities, that kind of a thing. Okay, so remember guys, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And what else was I gonna say? And it's also a timeless reading. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, so pile number 1. Let's take a moment here and see what I'm getting from this card and what is unlocking for you. So life has been quite slow lately, is what Spirit is showing me through this card. It just kind of feels like nothing is moving forward lately. It just feels like it is a time of pause for you, or maybe it just has been feeling like that. I feel like honestly you've been in the energy. It feels like this is your current energy where you feel super sluggish or things feel super slow. Spirit is telling me that things just feel like kind of stuck in the mud. So it feels as if nothing is moving forward. You've kind of been in this mode where you've kind of been in hibernation. Things feel kind of stagnant. You know, maybe your life has slowed down a little bit. That's kind of what it feels like. Just things have been kind of feeling like they've been on pause for you lately. Okay, so let's see what's coming beyond this. What is opening up for pile number 1? What is changing? You've got to hold on to what you've got before you lose it all. Okay, you're in fear that you're gonna lose it all. Spirit is saying, so you hold back from having everything. You fear that you're going to lose it all, so you hold back from having everything. It's almost like you have to give it all up to get where you want to go. And that's why you've been going through this pause, because I feel like there is a new opportunity that is beckoning to you, but it requires you to let something go. And basically what Spirit is showing me is that you're not quite ready to let go of whatever that thing is yet. I feel like this bigger purpose that is calling to you, it requires you to let go of old habits, old relationships, just certain things in your life that have been in your life for a very long time. Okay, it kind of feels like there's something calling out to you. You know that you need to do it, but for some reason you're not doing it. It's almost like this is an intentional pause. So that's interesting. When I first saw Deep Freeze, I kind of thought to myself, you know, maybe they're trying really, really hard to push something forward, but it just won't budge. But what I'm kind of getting is, you know, that there's been this pause, because I feel for part of you, you are intentionally holding your energy back just a little bit. Okay. I'm not sure why you're doing it. I feel like part of it is because you're having to process something. Some of you are going through kind of like this grieving process. It's almost like when the caterpillar turns into the butterfly, they need that moment in the cocoon to kind of process it and to get ready to let it go. It's almost like you're not ready to let go of that old form. It's like you are the caterpillar. You're meant to become the butterfly, but part of you is nervous to let go of what that looks like, is what Spirit is saying. You're scared to let go of what that looks like, because Spirit is saying, what does it mean for you to become a butterfly? You know what I mean? What does that mean in terms of your life and what you're experiencing right now? You know, part of you, it's like, to become that butterfly, you have to face your fears. You have to move beyond what your comfort zone is. You have to trust yourself more. You have to feel more confident in yourself. And I think that scares you a little bit. Honest to God, I think your power is scaring you a little bit, because I feel like you are moving in a direction where you're going to be more in charge of your life than you've ever been before, pile number 1. I feel like you're moving more towards a position of power, but it's almost this feeling of like, what does that mean for you? Like, you're scared of who you will become. Like, some of you are nervous, like, will I be able to handle it? Some of you are nervous about like changing as a person. Like, you don't want to change just because you have some sort of status, which I don't feel like you're gonna do. Some of you are maybe nervous, you don't want to let it get to your head, or you don't want people to look at you differently. So it's almost like you're pausing from your own potential is what Spirit is saying, because you know you're about to bloom. Like there is a strong energy of blossoming, unlocking for you. Like it feels like you are about to bloom. Spirit is saying into the flower that you were always meant to be, but that scares you a little bit is what I'm kind of getting. So there's this intentional pause of like, you know you're ready to move. It's like you know you're meant to move forward, but some of you maybe feel like you're not ready for it. So you're kind of just holding on to something that doesn't serve you anymore. Spirit is saying you're holding on to things that don't serve you anymore. And honestly, I think the reasoning behind this is going to be different for all of you. It just feels like I'm hearing, how do I let go of this? Because it feels like you have to let go of something to become something. Okay, I kind of like what Spirit said at the beginning of the reading. It said, I don't remember even what they said. It was something about letting go of everything so you can have everything, or letting go of something so you can have everything. But it's almost like you hold on. Spirit is saying you hold on to what makes you feel comfortable. So why do you feel uncomfortable with these new things that are coming in your life? Why does it make you feel uncomfortable? Because I would start there. It's like, I'm hearing for some of you, why does money make you feel uncomfortable? Why does that sense of holding on to money make you feel like uncomfortable? Why does that sense of power? I'm getting this connection between you, money, and power. Like, with money comes power, comes freedom, but some of you are almost afraid to hold on to that amount of money or that amount of power for some reason. So I'm kind of getting a lot of you are also shifting into like being able to hold more abundance. Like I feel like that's opening up for you, where like more money is just going to kind of come into your life and you're going to be able to hold on to larger amounts of money. And maybe that's something that you've never done before. You know, maybe you just had a little bit of money in your savings, but you kind of just had to work paycheck to paycheck. But I'm getting this shift where you're going to be holding on to larger amounts of money. So, it's interesting. I'm also hearing like a dandelion, like make a wish, because I feel like that wish is going to come true for you. But it's like Spirit keeps saying, who are you to make a wish? Like you feel almost like an imposter syndrome. Like you keep asking yourself, like, who am I to hold on to a bunch of money? Who am I to be in this position of power? Like it's almost as if you're not giving that to yourself. Not because of other people, but almost because it makes you uncomfortable. Like you're uncomfortable with feeling that confident in yourself, or you're uncomfortable with feeling that amount of power within yourself. So you almost stop yourself from having everything that you've ever desired. You are on the verge, pile number one, of a massive breakthrough in terms of everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever dreamed of. Every way that you've been wanting to feel, you are on the verge of achieving that feeling. If you've been wanting to feel happy, you're on the verge of happiness. If you've been wanting to feel stable, you are on the verge of that stability. But you've got to cross over, is basically what Spirit is saying. Not in terms of physical and spiritual. I'm getting there's like this line, and beyond that line is everything you've ever wanted. And you are right at that line, but you won't cross over. You've got to cross over. Why are you nervous to cross over that line? Because you know on the other side it's everything you've ever wanted. Some of you maybe feel guilty for doing it. Maybe you feel like you're not ready to leave people behind. But it's like you've done so much work within yourself, and now you're about to be rewarded with all of that inner work, okay? I'm hearing somebody in your family has a lot of internalized homophobia, is what I'm just heard for some of you. It's like some people can't deal with your sparkle. Okay, you have a lot of family members, Spirit is saying, or a lot of people around you that cannot deal with your shine, or can't deal with the way that you triumph in life, is what Spirit is also telling me. So other people are seeing this power within you. I think you see this power, but it's like you got to just own it, is kind of what I'm getting, is because I feel like everything you've ever wanted is about to kind of come into your life Like, it just feels like a lot is lining up for you, pile one, is how I would describe it. Like, it feels like you're in alignment. It feels like a lot of different things are aligning for you. So, but it's almost like you dumb yourself down to make other people feel comfortable. I wrote, like, I just posted one of the quotes. It says, just because my light makes people uncomfortable doesn't mean I need to shine any less bright. Why are you shining less bright? Why are you not being as big as you could be, is what Spirit is saying. Because your energy feels super, like, bold and expansive, like, but it's almost as if you, like, hide that. You, like, push that inward for some reason, is what Spirit is showing me. It's like this deep freeze is intentional sometimes. Like, you could be moving things forward at a faster rate, but you, like, stop yourself in a way. So I'm gonna get 2 more oracle cards, but what I feel is opening up for you is, like, a lot of different things. It's like Spirit's opening up the world to you, and it's just about integrating that, okay? Because it's gonna feel different, it's gonna look different, because you used to be the kind of person that was, like, not in alignment. You used to always feel like the universe was working against you. But then all of a sudden, the universe is starting to work in your favor, and it's like you don't recognize it. It's different. It's like, why are things working out for me? Why is my life starting to improve? Because it's like your life is expanding at such a fast rate, but your mindset is still kind of stuck in the past, or your mindset is still built for the old version of yourself. So it's almost kind of like you have to rewire your mindset for this new version of what you're about to become, what you're about to achieve, what you're about to accomplish. But I don't think that old way of thinking is no longer serving you, is what Spirit is saying. But I still feel like you hold on to some of those old habits, old people, old relationships. Just maybe it's because you feel comfortable with it, you know? People get scared of change, including myself. Change can be super scary. And sometimes we get scared of our own power. When we start to become more successful, we want to try to point out our flaws, because who are we to be successful? You know, that's what we ask ourselves. Who are we to have everything we ever desired? Let's see. Wow. You guys got happy ending, and you got self-love. Okay, so there's also this shift in, like, caring more for yourself. Like, that's what's going to be unlocking for you, is like you've cared for so many other people for so long at the expense of your own happiness. And it's like you're choosing your own happy ending regardless of how that makes other people feel. It's like you have to choose what's going to make you happy. You have to choose the path that's going to make you feel good about you, and what's going to make you feel good about what direction you're moving in life. So let go of how other people want your life to look. Is it your happy ending, or is it theirs? Is kind of what I'm getting. Is the direction you're moving in, is it your happy ending, or is it your family's happy ending? Is it that other person's happy ending? So you're gonna feel like you're turning your back on people, but you're not turning your back on people, you're just turning towards yourself, okay? You're turning towards you. And if that makes someone else uncomfortable, that says more about how they feel about themselves than it does you. It's like you're not turning your back on people, you're turning towards what's going to make you the happiest. And I think people can't handle that, is kind of what I'm getting. When you start to love yourself, and when you start to give energy to yourself, notice who acts different, because they're not meant for you. Okay, is what I'm getting. If you loving yourself makes someone else uncomfortable, they're not meant for you, because they obviously don't want you to be happy. Okay, why would someone be mad at you for doing something for you? Why would someone be mad at you for saying yes to yourself? Okay? I'm also hearing you guys, like, can't stand when other people argue. I feel like there's a lot of arguments happening around you. It's almost like You just have to separate yourself from the drama. Don't try to fix everyone's problems. Don't try to get involved in other people's drama. You don't have to fix everyone is also another message that is coming through for you, pile one. You don't have to fix everyone. I also am getting the news stresses you out. Like, don't watch the news. Like, that's super stressful for you, or you take on the energy of current events. Like, be careful, pile one, like around taking on the energy of current events. Okay, so you guys have worked through your fears. So again, I feel like there's this higher calling coming towards you, but there's a little bit of fear within you of like, am I gonna be good enough? Can I really do it? And I feel like you're working through that. Acknowledge your fears and work through them because you have a really big purpose. Secondly, you have a fiery climax approaches. I feel like you know something is coming. Okay, you know something is bubbling to the surface, and I think it is making you a little bit uncomfortable because you're not used to things working out for you, is what I'm getting. Okay, you're used to things falling apart. You're used to things, not working out in your favor. And all of a sudden, I feel like the world is working out for you. The universe is working for you. And take it all in, pile one, is what I'm going to tell you. Take it all in because the universe is trying to give you your happy ending. And I think that's the perfect way to end this reading. The universe is trying to give you your happy ending. So go with it. And I do think some people are going to be jealous of that. Some people are going to want to do it too. So they're going to project their own doubt onto you, which is fine. But you just have to keep on your path and keep loving yourself. Okay, pile one? So let me know if this resonated. Make sure to subscribe, click notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video, and I'm gonna go to move on to pile number 2. Hi, beautiful souls that chose pile 2, or if you chose card number 22, which says intention, welcome in. Okay, so today we are going to be seeing what are you unlocking? Okay, what doorways are opening up for you? What gateways are opening up for you? That kind of energy. Okay, so what are you unlocking? Hold on, I'm losing my train of thought because Spirit is wanting to channel. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And guys, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you are seeing it is when the message was meant to find you. Okay, so let's see what I'm getting from this. Card number 22, intention, says that you are setting positive intentions, but you feel like you're not becoming the person that you want to become. I feel like you're the kind of person who feels like you do all the work but watches other people succeed. Like you feel like you do all the right things, like you journal, you meditate, blah, 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 blah. I feel like you do exactly what you're told to do, but at the same time, you feel like you're not getting your payoff because of it. And that's wrong, is what Spirit is saying. You're not supposed to get payoff right now. You would be getting where you needed to be if you were meant to be there. So the part that you're missing, pile 2, is detachment, surrender, letting go. Is like planting the seed, but not rushing the process of how long that seed takes to grow. And also, it can be super tempting to look at other people's success and kind of put yourself down thinking, what am I doing wrong? Do I need to be doing more? And I don't think it's that. I think you guys are doing all the things that you need to be doing right now. I definitely feel like with this intention card, you're definitely in tune with Spirit. I feel like you're in tune with the universe. I feel like you're in tune with the law of attraction. You understand that the energy you put out comes back to you, but you're like, where the fuck is the energy coming back to me? Where is it at? Is kind of what I'm getting. It's like you set the intention, but you're like, where is the result of it, and I feel like your result is coming. It's just not time yet, because Spirit is never going to give you something that you are not ready for. So I feel like whatever you're asking for in this moment in time, I don't feel like you're ready to receive it yet, or you would have already received it. And that's the trust that we have to develop with the universe and with Spirit and with our guides, is that when that thing is meant to show up, it will show up. Okay? It's almost like you have to listen to them more as well. You have to listen to what they're trying to tell you, is what I'm also hearing. You have to listen to them, is what my guidance is saying. So it's almost like, I'm also hearing for some of you, they're saying you don't think that you can do it. So there's also this sense of like, you're like watching other people succeed, and it's almost triggering your own belief that you're not worthy of success. So that's another part of the puzzle that's kind of playing into this, is like, you're not ready for success because you don't think you can have success. It's like, do you really think that you're deserving of success? Is the question Spirit is asking. Because for most of you watching this reading, I feel like there's still some internalized like bad feelings about yourself, okay? So let me kind of dive a little bit deeper, Spirit. What is opening up? What is pile number 2 unlocking? If the boot fits, wear it, is what they're saying. If the boot fits, wear it. I feel like you're trying too hard to be someone you're not. It's like you're just going to the first shoe that works for you, and you're going with it, and you're walking in it. But there's so many different shoes that you need to try on. So maybe it's also this feeling of like you're trying to manifest something, but there's so many other things that you could manifest. Maybe this first thing that you wanted isn't right for you, and there's something better along the way. They're almost saying as if you were in a shoe, like shopping for shoes. It's like, would you pick out the very first shoe and go with it, or would you try on all the different shoes? I think sometimes options make you uncomfortable, pile number 2. Having multiple different directions that you could go in make you uncomfortable, pile number 2. And kind of what I'm getting here is Spirit is presenting you with different options for your life and what your life could become. And I feel like that's making you a little bit uncomfortable because you're used to just having one solid answer. And I don't think there's one solid answer for your questions in life. I think it has more to do with what you want. And oftentimes I feel like you guys are unaware of what you want, okay? Which is also making this process a lot more difficult, because I feel like you're writing down on a piece of paper what you think you want because that's what everyone else wants. But I feel like Spirit is not giving it to you because they know it's not what you need, if that makes sense. So I always feel like, yes, we can have anything we want, but at the same time, I feel like Spirit is going to protect us from something if it doesn't serve us. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like at times the universe can step in and say, well, we're not going to give you that because we see that it's going to affect your life in a negative way. And I feel like you don't like to hear that answer because you're a very sure person. When you figure out something that you want to go for it wholeheartedly. But I think you keep going after something and you keep wondering why there's so much frustration and why there's so much resistance. And it's because it's like, maybe that's not the way to go, or maybe you need to pause, okay? I kind of feel like you're the kind of person who's very stubborn in terms of what you want. If that makes sense. It's like, if you want something, if you know it's like you get this thing in your head and you just don't give up on it, which can be like a really good personality trait when it comes to achievement and success and blah, 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 blah. But your guides are challenging you right now. They're telling me that they know how you operate. You want something, you go after it, and you usually get it, but they're almost what are they doing? They're like saying that they're withholding something from you because they're trying to make you learn some sort of lesson within yourself. They want you to almost pause. I feel like you guys have been rushing something, or you've been going too quickly, or the energy that you're trying to work with right now, it's not like aligned with what you want. I feel like it's creating a lot of resistance in your life. I feel like the energy that you currently have is not aligned with what you currently want to create. So they almost want you to reevaluate your perspective, the way you're looking at things, and how life is supposed to be. Life is not supposed to work out in one singular way, but I feel like you're used to that. Like you're used to one path. But I feel like with this, there are multiple different paths that you could take, and that makes you uncomfortable. But I feel like Spirit is challenging you in a sense. It's like they don't want to show you just one singular path because they want to challenge you to be comfortable with choices. And so there is like this learning process that you're going through right now. And I feel like do not resist whatever you're going through right now. I feel like there's some sort of frustration that you're going through, or there's just almost, how would I describe this? It's almost as if, okay, it's like, what am I trying to say? It's like you keep getting frustrated is what they're saying. It's like you're trying to draw something and then you're crumpling it up and then you're throwing it and you keep trying to draw it because you think the more you try that you'll finally draw it the way you want it to. But it won't work out. You'll never be able to draw it correctly. Really, you need to step away from whatever it is that is causing you frustration, because if something is causing you frustration or it's causing you to feel like you're up against a wall, it's almost like stop trying to push through the wall in a way. It's almost like step back from the wall and like reevaluate something right now in your life. That's how I would describe this energy. So I do want to get a card to clarify this. What is being unlocked right now in pile two's life? So we have individuality in the reverse. So you're definitely resisting something right now. Okay, look at that, perseverance. That is kind of what I'm getting, is like you're almost resisting the natural ebb and flow of the universe. Because it's like you're trying too hard, is what Spirit is saying. It's like you're trying too hard. It's like you want it too much, which is almost kind of like pushing your desires away from you. There's also a lot here, pile two, about needing to learn more about who you are. And maybe you think you know what you want, but you really don't. And maybe you need to learn a little bit more about yourself before you commit your energy to anything. I feel like you don't know enough about yourself to say, this is what I want for the rest of my life. What I'm almost kind of getting is maybe some of you are wanting to get a certain career, or you're working towards a certain degree, but it's just not who you are. But you kind of rushed into that decision to just make a decision. And it's like, it didn't allow you to get to know who you were. It's like you need this time right now to learn a little bit more about yourself. You need this time to learn a little bit more about who you are before you pick something and just go with it forever and ever and ever and ever, is what Spirit is saying. It's almost like, I would say take this time, pile two, to just get to know yourself on a deeper level. Because I almost want to say with this perseverance card, maybe some of you, a lot of your life has been focused around work or achievement or trying to reach a certain goal, and you never stopped to just like get to know who you were. I feel like work, school is a very good distraction for you to just focus on something, but at the same time, there's a lot going on the inside that needs to be dealt with. And so what I feel like Spirit is saying is deal with that first, and then the rest will fall into place. It's almost like you can't make something fall into place if you're not in alignment. But it's like the moment you step into alignment, that's the moment everything falls into place. But it's almost like you're trying to do the opposite. Like you're trying to make something fall into place without having the, what are you saying, Spirit? It's like they're trying to make something fall into place without having the necessary abilities on this end. It's like you've got to get yourself right. You've got to get to know yourself first. Then all of those other things outside of you will fall into place. You're resisting your intuition as well. It's like your intuition is constantly speaking to you, but you resist it a lot. Like you're resisting the truth because I feel like you're not ready to admit that maybe the path you're on isn't like the path that you want, or the path that you're on isn't the path for your highest and holiest good. And so there's this truth that you're having difficulty facing. And for some of you, it's surrounding that, like your life is kind of falling apart right now, but you're too afraid to admit that. So it's just creating more resistance, is what I'm getting. Okay, so I feel like right now you need to get to know yourself a little bit more. How do you know what you want if you don't know who you are? You know, I just feel a lot of disconnection from self and needing to tune a little bit more into like who you are and figuring that out first. Don't rush the process is what I'm hearing. It says emotions are running high. So maybe there's a lot that you're feeling right now. There's a lot that your emotions are trying to communicate to you right now, but you're not slowing down enough to listen to them, okay? You also have nothing is yet set in stone. So there's a lot here surrounding like don't commit your energy to anything right now. Like you're not ready to commit your energy. And it says meditate and contemplate. It feels like you need to be in a place right now where you're not sure where you want to go. Because I don't know, it feels like indecisiveness right now and being in a state of confusion is more necessary than figuring something out, if that makes sense. So your energy is super mutable right now. You could go in multiple different directions, which is super exciting, but I also feel like that makes you uncomfortable because you like a solid answer, you like a solid direction, but I don't feel like that's being given to you right now. And your emotions are trying to speak to you. Like there's something that you need to feel and that you need to let go of, but you're not feeling it. Like there's grief or there's sadness or there's anger or there's something here that wants to be felt. Like there's an emotion that's trying to communicate to you, but you keep resisting it. Like you are resisting right now. Spirit is saying like your emotions, you're resisting your own inner guidance, your intuition. Like for some reason, you are scared to face something within yourself. It's like you're scared to face yourself, pile 2, is how I would describe this. Like you're scared to face yourself in a way. It's like you know what you want, sort of, but at the same time, it's like you're scared to face what's on the inside, is what Spirit is saying. And they're also saying you don't have to do it alone, because I feel like there's frightening feelings almost, is like you're scared to face a certain feeling. And it's like you don't have to face that alone, but it does have to be faced or nothing will work out. It's like I feel like you're blaming your problems on something other than just like whatever this is that needs to be felt, okay? I would say hermit mode energy is necessary right now for you guys. You need to kind of dig within yourself. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Is there anything else for pile number 2? What is unlocking for pile number 2? I don't know why I'm hearing baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you, let me buy you a drink. I don't know why I'm hearing that. What is unlocking for pile 2? I'm hearing never enough. The song never enough, never, never, never enough. So until you work on yourself, no amount of manifestation is going to make you feel better until you feel better on the inside. It doesn't matter. Towers of gold, blah, blah, blah. You could have the entire world, but you're still not going to feel good if you don't feel good within, is I think what Spirit is saying. It's like you are trying to achieve a feeling of happiness by like accomplishing something or manifesting something or achieving something, but all of those achievements will feel like nothing if you feel like shit on the inside, is what they're saying. So feel good first, then everything else will feel good too, is what I'm being shown. So is there anything else for pile 2? It doesn't have to be this hard. You just have to face yourself. You're making this so much more difficult. It's like you're resisting the natural ebb and flow of what you need to be feeling right now and what you need to be doing. It's almost like you're resisting it because you're scared to face something. That's how I would explain this. So let me know, pile 2, if this resonated. It was a truth bomb. I will say that. It was a truth bomb. So if you're not ready to hear that, then that is on you. I don't know why I'm saying that like that, but I'm just feeling like this is a truth bomb. I feel like some of you might even resist what I just said, but it's like I do feel like you're going to come to this conclusion that if you want to feel good, you've got to go within. No amount of manifestation, no amount of money is going to make you feel better. And it feels like a lot of you don't like to be told that things need fixing, but that's not what Spirit's trying to do. They're just trying to say that, like, you don't have to be picture perfect. I feel like you guys think you have to be perfect. I feel like you guys think that if you feel sad, you're damaged or you're wrong for that. But like, it's okay to have different feelings and to feel different things. It doesn't make you weak and it doesn't make you damaged. Okay? So let me know if this resonated. Make sure to subscribe. Click the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Hi, beautiful souls that chose pile 3, or if you chose the Coming Apart card in the reverse, number 46, welcome to your reading. Today we are going to be seeing what is unlocking for you. So kind of like what doors are opening up for you, what gateways are opening up for you, what energy is opening up for you, and yeah, that kind of a thing. So like, what are you unlocking? What is opening up for you? And we'll just kind of go from there. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And this is also a timeless reading, so whenever you are seeing this is when the message was meant to find you. Okay, so let's see, the Coming Apart card. So I'm just gonna start there. This talks about pulling your energy away from something. It talks about maybe some of you not wanting to pull your energy away from something or someone, but it being necessary to do so. You're being put up against a wall because you have to make a choice, Spirit is saying. Either choose this or that is what they're saying. It's like, there's like this decision that you have to make and it involves another person. And it's almost like you either have to choose yourself or this other person. And it's almost like hard for you to separate from this person because part of you feels bad for them, because I feel like you're such a healer, you're such a helper, and you want to help and you want to fix this person. But at the same time, Spirit is saying that you are trying so hard with this person, but they are giving nothing. Like you are trying so hard to help this person, or you're trying so hard to like make this person listen to you, but it's like they are not listening. I keep seeing this person trying to like snap fingers in someone's face. So it's like, it's almost like cutting loose ends before it gets worse. It's like you tried, you gave it a shot, but it didn't work. So cut off before it takes more than you can get back, if that makes sense. I feel like you put your energy into something. For some of you, this feels like a person, and you tried, you thought it was gonna work out, you gave them a chance, you gave them the benefit of the doubt. For some of you, you gave somebody a second chance, or maybe a third chance, and you said, you know what? I'm gonna, put my doubts behind me, I'm gonna put the past behind me, and I'm gonna give them another shot. That's one scenario that I'm picking up. And you tried, but this person has not changed. And so Spirit is saying, get out of it before it's too late. Get out of whatever this is before it takes more from you than you can get back. For others of you, this is like a new job. You tried it out. You gave it a spin, is what Spirit is saying. And it's just not for you. But it's almost like as humans, we think that when something's not working, that it's all our faults. And we're like, what are we doing wrong? So we keep trying all these different things to try to like fix something that can't be fixed, because it's not your problem that somebody can't meet you at the level that you need to be met at. It's almost like your vibration is too high for whatever it is that you're dealing with. So it's like you have to cut loose ends, is the way this is showing up. It just feels like one of those tricky situations where you don't know why you got into it. Maybe some of you are now reminiscing and you're like, oh, I knew the red flags, but nonetheless, you're in it now. But it's like, turn back now before it's too late, is basically the energy that I'm getting. You are the kind of person who has such a large heart, is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like you feel so much for people, and it's why you always blame yourself for everything. I think it's why you always think it's your fault or it's something that you need to fix. But it almost feels like you have got to stop doing that. You've got to stop taking on everything, pile 3. You've got to stop thinking that everything is your fault, because it's not. And they're just basically showing someone who, it's like there's going to be multiple instances in your life, pile 3, where you try to help people that can't be helped, and that's on them. Period. There's going to be multiple instances in life where you try to help people that can't be helped. Okay? And I do feel like there are instances right now in your life, pile 3, where you're wasting your time on people that aren't ever going to change. And I just have to put it there, like that is the truth of whatever you're experiencing right now. And I think, okay, Spirit shows that you're the kind of person who, you have a plan for your life. I feel like you're a hard worker. You work really hard on yourself. You do the inner work that is necessary to get where you need to be in life. And sometimes it disheartens you when other people don't do the same for you. I feel like you're always giving and giving and giving to people, and you're trying to be there for people and, all of that. But I feel like sometimes you get your feelings hurt when people aren't there for you in the same way that you're there for them. Okay? And I feel like this is a challenge that you've faced for a big part of your life, or maybe your entire life, is just like people not showing up for you in the way that you show up for them. And that leaves you feeling hurt. Okay, I feel like you guys get hurt very easily, pile 3, because you open up your heart, you're vulnerable with someone, and then they don't know how to be that vulnerable. Like, they don't love themselves enough to love you. You know what I'm saying? If someone can't show themselves love, it's hard for them to show other people love. I feel like you're dealing with people who are like shut off to love, and it has nothing to do with you, pile 3. You are a lovable person, okay? And second of all, you are worthy of love, okay? You are worthy of someone being there for you and listening to you and comforting you and cuddling you and holding you and hugging you. So if that person isn't doing it, run as fast as you can, because it will never satisfy you. They're always going to be like that, especially if you've gave them multiple chances. Now, I am a firm believer that people can change, but there's some people that just aren't going to change, because that's just the kind of person they are. And I feel like it's time to turn away from people and situations that are never going to change. And it hurts you at first. It's going to hurt at first, because it's like you're going to think that it's your fault, or you're just going to be disheartened, because it's like, why can't they just treat me the way that I treat them? That kind of a thing. Like, it's going to hurt your feelings at first, but then you're going to come to this conclusion that they just don't have the capacity to love the way that you love. And that's just that. And I think that's something that you are going to struggle with in this lifetime, because you are definitely an empath. You definitely have a super big heart, and I feel like you feel everybody's emotions. I feel like you take on other people's feelings and you're a fixer, okay? You try to help people, you try to please people, and you try to smooth out situations that can't be smoothed out, okay? So I know this is a little off target for the reading, but that's what wanted to come through. So Spirit, what is opening up? What is pile number 3 unlocking? It's like you're unlocking this, okay, there's this feeling that you're not worthy of love that keeps showing up for you. It's like you feel like you're not worthy of love, but Spirit is saying it's not that you're not worthy of love, you're just meeting people that don't know how to love you, that don't know how to love the beautiful, amazing, sparkly being that you are. That's on them, okay? Because you have plenty to love, but I think it leaves you feeling like you're the problem, okay? Because it's like, why don't they like me? Or why are they not loving me in the way that I'm loving them? Because I'm trying. I definitely feel you, pile 3. It's like you're trying to be the best version of yourself, but not everybody tries that hard to be the best version of themselves. I feel like whereas you're constantly trying to change and you're constantly trying to better yourself, some of the people that you've met in this lifetime, they don't do the same. Okay, they're just assholes. Happy ending. I hear you're playing it safe, like you play it safe. It's like you keep going back to the same type of people. Or there's this pattern with the kind of people you surround yourself with. And they're the kind of people that aren't forever happy ending people. Like they're the kind of people that don't want a happily ever after. They're the kind of people that will screw you over and spit on you and not give a shit about you. But it's like, it's almost just like you are dealing with the wrong kinds of people. I feel like your soul tribe is out there, pile 3. But you have to learn the lesson that this is trying to teach you, because I feel like the universe is trying to show you how worthy you are of being loved. I feel like the universe is trying to show you how to believe more in yourself and not be so trusting of everyone around you. I feel like pile 3, you're very trusting of other people. You're very trusting of other people's opinions of you. But it's almost this feeling of like you need to be more trusting of how you see yourself, how you view the world, okay? I almost feel like maybe even some of you were called like crybaby or super sensitive. I feel like you cry a lot, not as a bad thing. It just feels like you feel so intensely. And there's no harm done in feeling that, okay, is what Spirit is saying. You're on edge all the time, Spirit is saying. You also have a lot of anxiety, I feel like, because I feel like with leadership in the reverse, I feel like you're meant to lead the way. I feel like you're meant to be a leader, but it's hard for you to step into that leadership position for some reason. I feel like you feel a lot of anxiety, you feel a lot of other people's anxieties, you feel a lot of sadness, you feel a lot of grief, you think that you can help everyone, you think that you can fix everyone, but it's kind of that feeling of like you can't fix people if you're not willing to fix yourself first. You're the kind of person is like when the plane's crashing, you need to put your oxygen mask on first before you put somebody else's oxygen mask on first, because I feel like you're being depleted right now because you're trying to help too many people and those people aren't helping you. So there's a lot of different scenarios right now in your life, pile 3, where you're giving more than you're getting back. And that's why you're feeling depleted, because you're putting in energy that isn't putting out, which is why you feel the way you feel, is what Spirit is saying. So Spirit is saying you have to become more confident in yourself, and you have to become more confident in who you are so that you don't let these people treat you the way that they've been treating you, because part of you feels like you deserve it, or you're just allowing them to treat you that way. But it's time for you to snap out of that and say, you know what, I deserve better, fuck you. I'm gonna go find better because I deserve better. And that's the motto that you need to live by, is I'm going to go find better because I deserve better. I deserve better treatment. I deserve someone to love me. I deserve someone to show up for me. And yes, pile 3, you deserve a fucking happy ending. Yes, you do. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel good. And you deserve for people to respect you and for people to notice you and for people to compliment you. There are people out there that will give that to you. this, whatever you're dealing with right now, is not it. And you need to run far, far away from it, okay? Because it doesn't serve you and what you're meant to create in this lifetime. You have a lot of leadership abilities, okay? I do feel like you're destined to be a leader, but I do feel like you get in situations that make you feel less than. And it's like when we're feeling less than or we're not feeling worthy, it's hard for us to step into that leadership position when we're not feeling good about ourselves, okay? Be careful about like who you're surrounding yourself with, because I feel like it's affecting you, your mental health, and just the way you feel about yourself. I feel like the way you feel about yourself is most important right now. You need to see yourself in a better light. You need to see yourself as being more worthy and more deserving of love. I keep getting a lot of love. Like, you need to realize that you deserve love. I would, be working with rose quartz, because I don't know, I just feel like that's what you're needing right now. Okay, so let's see, what is pile 3 unlocking? What is pile 3 unlocking? What is pile 3 unlocking? I know I deserve better, but it's hard, is what I'm hearing. It's like, it's hard for you to know that, because you're always just feeling so guilty, or you're always just feeling so bad about yourself, or you're always just feeling like, what did I do wrong? Like, why do I want to cry, pile 3? Because I feel like, I don't know why I want to cry. It's like, I feel like you've been dealt like the bad end. What is it called? The bad end of the stick. Like, I just feel like people treat you bad, and it's like, you don't deserve it, And I like so hate that for you, because I feel like you're such a beautiful soul. There's so much light within you. And I feel like sometimes you think like, why is no one loving me? Like, is it me? Am I just not pretty enough? Am I not, bright enough? But I'm like, you guys are so bright. And Spirit is like, they hate that you can't see how bright you are. Like, they hate that, because it's like, you're so bright that there's a lot of people out there that are just not at that vibration to be able to recognize that within you. And that's their problem, not yours. Okay? So, let's see, pile 3. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So maybe there needs to be a balance between, work and play. Maybe you're trying too hard and you need to kind of back off from relationships for a little bit and just settle with yourself. A personal issue reaches resolution. So I do feel like you're going to reach this resolution within yourself. I do feel like you're going to figure things out. I just feel right now, pile 3, your emotions are running extremely high. And sometimes it's hard to navigate through things when there's so many emotions that are coming up surrounding that particular situation. But what I want to tell you, pile 3, even though it doesn't feel like it, you're going to reach this conclusion within yourself. And I promise you're going to learn how to love yourself unconditionally. And I promise you're going to get over whatever you're experiencing right now. I promise. And I don't make promises very often, but that's what Spirit is wanting me to say, is that they promise you will get through it, even though it doesn't feel like it, or even though it doesn't seem like it right now. You will make it through any challenge that you are experiencing in this moment, and you will recognize that you're better off without them, or you're better off without that thing, and you'll one day be able to tell them, fuck off. Okay? So that was the reading, pile 3. Let me know if that resonated. Make sure to subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. I'm definitely sending that love and light back out to you guys. Let me know, if this helped you out. I hope it did. I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Hi, beautiful souls that chose pile 4, or if you chose the card Spark, which came out in the reverse, it's card number 34. If you chose this card right here, welcome into your reading. Okay, so today's reading is about what you are unlocking, what doors are opening up for you, what energy is opening up for you, and just like what gateways, what doors are opening up for you. That's the kind of energy that we're going to be tuning into. And this is a general reading, so take what resonates and let the rest go. And then also, this is a timeless reading. Sorry guys, it's like I'm already feel like I'm wanting to channel. Okay, so let's just go to get started for you, pile 4. What is pile 4 unlocking? What is pile 4 unlocking? Don't be what they want you to be. They want to see you fail. Don't fall into that thought. They want to see you fall into that thought, is what Spirit is saying. Don't let them see you fail either. It feels like that's what they want. It feels like there are people right now, pile 4, that are working against you, or that want to see you fail, or that want to see you in trouble, or that want to see you not believing in yourself. And it's like, what you need to understand is so many people are scared of your potential that they are trying to put blankets over your fire. Like they're trying to put your fire out. They have a little extinguisher and they're trying to put your fire out. Don't let them. I don't know who this is. For some of you, it's just like maybe your family. If that doesn't resonate, maybe it's a friend. If that doesn't resonate, maybe it's just like people that are watching you online. But it's almost like there's this feeling of like, you are such a beautiful soul, pile 4 is basically what Spirit is showing me. And like, you have a really big purpose. And I think you know this. You also have a very kind heart. Like you're very, very kind, very, very positive, very like, you're just a good soul is basically, you're a good soul, pile 4. And I think that there are going to be times in life where people are going to try to convince you that you're not a good person, and people are going to try to convince you that you're someone that you're not. Okay? And I think it's just because they see who you are. They see the trueness within you. They see the truth that shines through you. And for some of them, it makes them uncomfortable. For others of them, they're just jealous of you. And that's why they do the things that they do. So if you're ever wondering, like, why is everyone coming at me? Why is everyone attacking me? Or why is everyone trying to bring me down? It's because Spirit is showing me that when other people's towers are small, and other people's are bigger, when that makes them uncomfortable, instead of trying to build their tower, instead of trying to just build themselves up and achieve more in their life, guess what they try to do? They try to tear other people's towers down to match their own. So don't let anyone make you feel bad for being successful, shining too bright, okay, is kind of what I'm getting. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about being yourself and about like standing in your truth and shining your light, okay, is the first message that is ultimately coming through. What is opening up for pile number 4? Don't be afraid to speak your truth is also another thing that I'm hearing. Don't be afraid to speak your truth for what others have to say, because I think is going to be backlash for some of you when you speak your truth. And they're going to say like, you're wrong, or like, sit down. But it's like, don't let other people intimidate you and try to make you not speak your truth, or try to make you hide in fear, because that's not what you're meant to do in this lifetime. I feel like you're meant to speak, and I feel like you're meant to speak very loudly. Okay, so you have a big purpose in this lifetime, pile number 4. And I feel like there is going to be a lot of opposition. There is going to be a lot of challenges that you face, but don't let that discourage you from following your truth and following what you know you're meant to do on this earth. At any given moment, don't let another person make you hide in the dark. Okay, so I don't know who needs to hear that right now, but I feel like with spark reverse, it's almost like you're hiding your spark, or you're trying to blend in. And this is definitely the pile of like, don't blend in when you were born to stand out. That's all I'm getting here. And you are going to find a lot of people that also support you. So I know Spirit has been talking a lot about the opposition that you're going to face, and maybe that's all you've been focusing on right now, because it's hard not to focus on the opposing side. It's hard not to focus on what's going against you. But what Spirit also wants you to know is you're going to have a lot of people standing behind you, and you're going to have a lot of people that are in your favor and that love you for who you are. So try to not let the bastards bring you down, is what I'm hearing. Don't let those people that are opposing you bring you down, okay? Because you have a very strong life force energy. You have a very strong potent energy, okay? Spirit is almost describing your energy as a perfume that just lingers and lingers and lingers and lingers. Like, that's how powerful your energy is. It just lingers and lingers and lingers and lingers. That's the impact that you have on people, places, and situations just by being you. And it's so powerful. Like, Spirit is showing such a powerful energy from you. So I'm also just hearing, don't be discouraged by the opposing side. So you're going to be pitted up against a lot of obstacles. Don't let that obstacle make you fear anything. Like, you can make it through any obstacle, you can make it through any challenge, and you're just as strong as the opposing side. Okay? I'm also hearing, don't relinquish your control. Like, don't let go of your power to make somebody else feel comfortable. Like, I'm almost kind of getting you guys, instead of creating arguments and instead of creating drama, you just kind of shut up and you let other people do all the talking. But it's kind of saying you need to learn how to use your voice a little bit more. You need to cause a little bit more uproar. Like, if you want something done a certain way, speak up for yourself, okay? Don't let people run over you. I feel like this is a pile that gets ran over a lot. Like, people walk over you. It's like, no, speak up for yourself a little bit. Tell people the way you want things to be done. Don't let people run over you, pile 4. Okay? There is going to come a time when you're going to just have to blast through that energy. There is going to come a time, pile 4, when you're going to be called to stand in your truth, and you're going to be called to speak up for someone, and you're going to be called to speak up for other people. And that time is going to come. And so right now, prepare yourself for that. Because what Spirit is saying is you have a big purpose. And I feel like you're headed down the path of like this super big purpose that you have. Okay. And Spirit is just telling you, be prepared for that, because it's coming and you were meant to shine in this lifetime. You were meant to show up in this lifetime. So they don't want you to be scared of that, because you are meant to show up in some way. Okay. Take a look at this girl. She's playing the violin, you know, in front of people. Like, you are going to be called to show up in some way, perform in front of people, speak in front of people, or share some sort of bigger truth or bigger message. And Spirit does not want you to be afraid of that, okay? So that's kind of what's opening up for you. It's this very big path that Spirit is kind of clearing for you. And what I'm kind of getting is, it is going to make some people uncomfortable because of how bright you shine, okay? That's going to make some people uncomfortable. But it doesn't mean that you should shine any less bright, okay? So let's shuffle another card. You have Rebirth. Okay, so I feel like this rebirth is building up your courage, okay? You used to be a very nervous person. Maybe you still are. Maybe you're super timid. You don't like to cause conflict. You don't like to be seen. You try to blend in, is basically what Spirit is saying. You don't want to stir up trouble. I feel like some of you maybe even have a lot of anxiety, panic, just because you don't feel super confident in yourself, or you don't feel as confident as you would want to within yourself. But there's this rebirth that is showing up for you. And this rebirth says you start to recognize your power. This rebirth is a whole different power shift within you, of going from feeling like the little kid who got beat up on the playground to the person in the position of power. Not in a bad way. You're not doing any harm. It's a very positive, powerful position. But I feel like you used to be the little kid that got bullied, that got talked to however anyone wanted to talk to you, and you never stood up for yourself. But there's this rebirth coming up where you're turning into the bad bitch that you were always meant to be. Okay, so also be prepared for that, because there's a change in how you view yourself. And right now, you still might be in this energy of feeling a little doubtful or feeling a little anxious about things, but it's coming. This change within yourself, like, you're going to be one of the most confident people on the planet, is what Spirit is saying. And maybe you don't see that now, but your confidence is about to show up. It's on the way. Okay, there's a little care package, and it's coming with your confidence, okay, because you're about to get it. I think it took a little bit for you to learn how to speak up for yourself, but I feel like you're learning how to speak up for yourself, pile 4. You're learning how to be in the spotlight. You're learning to show up and take up more space. I feel like some of you are nervous to take up space, or to tell people how you really feel, or to tell people what you really want. Okay, maybe that makes you feel uncomfortable. So we also have physical activity. So maybe this is, you know, you're exercising more and you're feeling better about your body, you know, hot girl summer, you know, that energy. Maybe you're feeling better about your body. I'm telling you, there's this confidence shift that is coming up within you, pile 4. And it's gonna be amazing. Okay, trust me. You're gonna feel so good when this shows up. This card has came out in every pile, I think. It is happy ending. So a lot of this energy is about us in all 4 piles. It's about the collective choosing themselves over others' opinions of them and over other people's visions of what they want for you, and choosing your own vision for yourself so that you can give yourself a happy ending. Okay? It's almost like you are so powerful. You have so much potential, but it's like you don't recognize that within yourself. It's like you're over here doubting yourself when other people are afraid of your potential. Does that make sense, pile 4? It's like you're over here second guessing yourself, questioning yourself, thinking that what you're doing is wrong, and you've got other people over here that are so scared that you're going to be successful. Okay? Like, I think you're getting over this own inner doubt. I feel like you have a very loud inner critic that just picks at you, like this inner voice in your head that just is always telling you like what you're doing wrong, that's always doubting you, that's always second guessing itself. But I feel like you need to tell that inner critic to shut the fuck up, because it's not serving you and where you're destined to go. Okay, because you have a very big purpose, and that little inner critic that keeps trying to tell you everything that you're doing wrong is almost like it's a pivotal moment right now to tell that to shut up. Like, tell that inner critic to just zip it, because it does not serve you and what you're meant to create. Tell the inner critic that you know it's trying to protect you, but it's not helpful. We're not in any danger. We don't have to be afraid to show up. We don't have to be afraid to be ourselves. We don't have to be afraid to shine our light. We don't, okay? And that's what our doubt tells us, is that it's scary to be in the spotlight. It's scary to speak up for yourself. No, it's not, okay? Healing. You're healing right now. You're going through this huge transformation where you're healing all of those old patterns. Oh gosh. How would you describe yourself, pile 4? And if that description of you, if you describe yourself as timid, anxious, shy, if that description of you is not something that you want to connect with anymore, if that description of you is not something that you want to resonate with anymore, then change it. Start describing yourself as a confident, outspoken individual who always believes in themselves. Okay? Change the way you think about yourself. You're a confident individual who always believes in themselves. Okay? That's a whole shift, right? So, let's get a Moonology card. I'm just kind of getting for you, pile 4, you're going to be one of the greats. Like, you're going to be someone who really stands out. Why am I hearing in history? Like, some of you really are going to make a mark on this earth. Like, even if it's to a couple of people, you're an influential person. Like, I hope you know that, pile 4. Like, you have a lot of influence, and it's positive. Like, you have a lot of positive influence on people, the people you meet. And I feel like I just got intuitively what this card means, healing. I feel like you provide a sense of healing to others, is what I feel like this means. It's like you're healing people without even recognizing that you're healing them, is what I'm getting intuitively. It's like you're over here fucking making the world a better place and you don't even realize it. It's like everywhere you walk, you leave this positive marking of pure love and light, and you don't even realize it, okay? I feel like you shine so bright. Your energy has such a healing essence to it. And I feel like you're meant to show up for people. I feel like people feel such a sense of comfort when they're around you. And I feel like you make people feel better about the hardships that they're going through. And I would keep going with that. I would keep going with that path of helping people, because it's going to be beneficial to those other people, and it's going to be super beneficial to you, okay? So don't let people convince you that you're not gifted. Don't let people convince you that you don't have something to offer the world, or that you don't have something to offer the universe, because your purpose is so much bigger than what other people can comprehend, okay? And that's why people get so uncomfortable with it. I do feel, pile 4, for you, there's going to be a lot of people that tell you to take the safe route, and that tell you to, play it safe, but you're not meant to play it safe in this lifetime, okay? You're meant to take risk, and you're meant to go all the way, okay? I feel like you have a very, very big purpose. A fiery climax approaches. I feel like you can feel it too. There is fire in your veins. Okay, pile 4, there is fire in your veins. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, why am I hearing, why does love always feel like a battlefield? A battlefield. Okay, we also have the answers you need are coming. Okay, I'm also hearing escape the night. Maybe some of you watched that by Joey Graceffa. But anyways, with conclusions are within reach and the answers you need are coming. I feel like some of you have been facing a wall, and that wall is about to be removed. Okay, Spirit wanted to give you this pep talk, and now they're ready to reveal what your purpose is. So I feel like a lot of you are opening up to what your purpose is and what you're meant to do in this lifetime. And when Spirit shows you this, they do not want you to doubt it. That's why they're not revealing it to you yet. For some of you, that's why they're hiding it away from you, because they don't want you to doubt that that purpose is possible. Okay, I feel like this is the pile, believe in the impossible. I feel like your purpose is super out there. It's different. It's not your typical 9 to 5. It's not your typical day-to-day thing. It's not. And some people never, took risk in their life. And so they're going to tell you to play it safe, and they're going to tell you to, find a normal job, and you need to resist that. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust what your higher self is telling you to do. You need to trust whatever you feel like your intuition is calling you to do, because you have a very big purpose. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else for pile number 4. I'm hearing don't stay silent for long. Do not stay silent for long. Okay, I don't know what that means. Don't stay silent for long. Don't keep your mouth shut for long. People need to hear you speak. People need to hear your words. People need to hear what you have to say. You don't trust yourself, is what Spirit is saying. You doubt yourself. You doubt your abilities. You doubt your gifts. Some of you doubt your psychic abilities. You feel like you can't do it. You're not good enough. All the greatest people doubted themselves. Okay, let's take a look. Every successful person that you hear of, what do they always say? They always talk about how they doubted themselves, or they didn't believe in themselves, but they just kept going, okay? So don't fall into irrational fears. I do think that sometimes you're going to feel doubt, but what Spirit is saying to you is you have to know that I'm getting a huge ringing in my ear. You have to know that doubt is not real. That doubt is not speaking from a place of truth. That doubt is not coming from your higher self. That is coming from the ego, which is scattered and not truthful. Okay, the doubt, the fear, it is not the truth. And that's what you need to know. When you feel doubtful, know that it is not an accurate representation of who you really are. Okay, so make sure you can differentiate between the truth of what your brain is trying to tell you. Because your brain might say you're not good enough, but that doesn't mean that it's true. Most of the time our brain lies to us, trying to protect us. Okay? I love this pile. Like, this is so powerful. Okay, so is there anything else, Spirit, for pile number 4? I just hear don't stay silent for long. Is there anything else? Spirit is just basically saying you've got to get up, trust yourself enough, and just go for it. Just try your best to be as confident as you can. Trust yourself enough and just go for it. Okay, I love you, pile 4. I loved reading for you. I hope this helped you out. I hope this was gave you a little bit of a pep talk to make you believe in yourself a little bit more. But yeah, let me know if it resonated. Make sure to subscribe, click notification bell down below, and I will see all of you beautiful souls on the next one. Bye guys.